Hello there. Well, goodness gracious me, it's good to see you all. It is I, Commander Andrews, your Viceroy of the Skies, and I'm excited to have you with me once again to ferry you across the clouds in this our next leg on our journey around the globe. Our flight today will see us leaving the alien-plagued Roswell and flying to the far west of America, landing at LAX, Los Angeles International Airport. The flight engineers have given our little 737 a clean bill of health after our horrendous approach into Roswell in our last video, much to my surprise. So hopefully with a better weather forecast for Roswell and our destination, we'll be in for a thrilling but smoother flight this time. So here we are sitting in the cockpit, and you say, that's a bit strange, this is not our cockpit, and you would be right, we're in the plane next to our plane. Our plane is over there. So we'll just skedoodle out this plane and we'll jump into our cockpit, shall we? We were sitting in a Cessna Caravan that was sitting next to us, you see. Alright, here we are on the flight deck. As you can see, the aircraft, I've already got the standby power on. I've already got the APU running. I have already keyed into the computer our flight. If you would like to know or see how this aircraft gets started up from cold and dark, just see one of my previous videos. I thought for this video, let's just skip that bit and get straight onto the flying, which we won't do that often. So just as a rundown, our rotate speed will be 130. If we have a look at the legs that we've programmed, after takeoff, we're going to fly to the Kusel waypoint and then straight on to LAX, which is a CLAX. The flight is going to be about 716 nautical miles. It's going to take us just under 2 hours. If you can have a look at a little nav map, we've got Roswell there. We are parked at the same parking we arrived at. That'll be parking 99. We're taking off on runway 21. As far as I know, it's 21 according to the ATIS that I listened to a little earlier on. There is the Kusel waypoint. I thought I'd just squeeze in a little waypoint instead of going direct. But then from Kusel, it is direct from there. And you can see that particular waypoint down here in the route. There it is, there on the screen as well. That's it over there, Kusel. So at this point, all we have left to do is contact ATC, get our clearance to taxi, and push back. Yes, we're in a rush to get to the coast now. Right, the weather in Roswell, very different to when we arrived. Clear skies, only 10 degrees. Let's have a look. Do we get to weather readout on here? It's somewhere here. It's somewhere here. Our outside air temperature. I forget where it is. Maybe it'll come up when we get things more fired up, but yeah. Los Angeles, LAX, is 16 degrees today. Partly cloudy apparently, but we'll see when we get there. Roswell was supposed to be partly cloudy, but there ain't a cloud in the sky. And as we can see up here, we are on live weather. So yeah, so either the weather's malfunctioning again, or it really is a cloudless sky at the moment in Roswell. Let's get rid of that and let's get the show on the road. If we have a look outside, we still have the chocks, we still have the stairway, so that's the first thing we need to do. Oh wait, no, the first thing we need to do is get in touch with ATC and let's get going. We're still departing to the west. Not that it matters, it should still
Roswell
be runway 21.
Commander Flight 32 with Papa request taxi to the active west departure.
It might not be 21 actually, I think it might be 03.
Commander 532 taxi to and hold short of runway 21.
No, it is 21.
Alpha. Contact tower on 118.5 when ready.
So that doesn't make any sense to me. So, okay, let's acknowledge, and I'll tell you why.
Taxiing hold short runway 21 using taxiway Alpha Commander 532.
Let's have a look at the little nav map. There's the wind direction. That's runway 21, so we're taking off that direction with the tailwind behind us. These Roswell people are a bit strange. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. We've got a clearance, so all we need to do now is go down here, go to our menu, go to FS Actions. Are we going to go to ground services, and please remove the chocks. With that, the door is closing and the stairs are being removed. We have the APU on already. It was running from the start, which means I should have had the anti-collision lights on, but they're on now. We'll turn the rest of the fuel nozzles on. Now, the taxiway behind us is a little confusing. We're going to taxi it back directly over this taxi line onto the taxiway Alpha. So we'll just measure from the nose of the aircraft, measure distance from here, and we're looking at 388, I'm going to say 390 feet. So let's go with that. Also, runway 21, which means we need to taxi up to here to get to runway 21. So we want our nose to the right, tail to the left. Okay, we're going to be flying at 36,000 feet today. That'll be the highest we've flown yet. We will be flying higher eventually. But yeah, we've got the window heats on, we've got the yaw damper on, most of this is done already. We're going to turn the hydraulic pumps on, they need to be on. We've got all the fuel switches on, we're going to turn the APU bleed on. And we're looking okay. We're going to go down to the FMC. We're going to go return, and we're going to go pushback, please. We're going to 390, we said, 390 feet to the taxi line. We'll select a tug. We're not going to go straight out. We're going to do a standard L. Turn nose to the right. It's done. And let's go.
Cockpit to ground.
Roswell ground exejet for 907 request taxi to parking. Exejet for 907 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Tilt to the left. Release brake, please.
Parking brake is off.
Brakes released.
It should have been on.
Taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha exejet for 907.
Okay, I think we are good to start engines now. We're going to be using the left igniters today.
Brakes released, here we go.
And engine 2 turning. There she blows. We're at 24, we're over 20, so we can throw that fuel switch, waiting for the fuel flow counter to increase. I'm happy that she's caught. We can go ahead and start the engine number 1. Ooh. Okay. Right, engine 2 is on. Tally-ho and all that. Right, so engine 1 can go. Flip that switch.
Push
That complete. Parking brake, please.
Alright, they want the parking brake. It always does that. There we go. Okay, what we haven't done yet is set the autopilot panel, which we're going to do now. We're going to be climbing to 36,000 feet. And do this.
Pin is pulled. Watch for the salute and release from guidance on your right. Have a good flight.
Thanks, bub. 36,000 feet. The heading, even though we don't use it that often, we are going to... needs to be... oops, in the other direction. Okay. Indicated airspeed will be going at 250 initially. Okay. Engines are on. Let's go overhead and we can tell the aircraft that you are now getting your power from the main engines, which will be Gen 1 up there, and then we can turn the APU off. Everything looks good. We've got no orange lights. Your damper is still on, which is impressive. Sometimes it likes to turn off by itself. Let's turn the voice recorder on. Not that that matters. Hey. Whoa, yeah, what we can turn on is the fasten seatbelts. And it's off to Los Angeles we go. Taxi lights on. We can turn them on, yeah. And we can begin that taxi. We are slightly off the center line. Let's turn the parking brakes off. There we go. And we are rolling. We're off to see the wizard. So,
Roswell ground Daughter November 1672 November request taxi to parking.
we are taxiing now after the
1672 November taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Charlie.
After the engines are on, we also need to turn the air packs on, otherwise we're all going to suffocate. And APU bleed can go off. Everything looks good,
using taxiway Alpha Charlie Daughter 72 November.
except our taxi line. Now we can start applying the 5-degree flap for takeoff. So I'm going to go 1 degree, 2 degree, and 5. On little nav map, here you can see our aircraft is slowly making its way up taxiway Alpha to the holding point for runway 21. So as you all would have guessed, the 737 is my favorite airliner, but what about the others? I think what we'll do on the descent is discuss a few of the other airliners, the range between Boeing and Airbus, what I think of them, and what the chances are that we'll do one of our legs in one of those aircraft. Stick around for that. We'll do that on the descent. Los Angeles, the city of angels. Often abbreviated as LA, translates to the angels in Spanish. The city's full name is El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de Los Angeles del Rio de Porciuncula. Fascinating, which means the town of Our Lady, the Queen of the Angels, and the Porciuncula River. Okay, we are just about here. What we can do is go to tune the tower. Look at this taxi line. Okie dokie. Look, we can go ahead and request takeoff.
Roswell Tower Commander 532 ready at runway 21 departure to the west.
Commander 532 1043 at 4. Departure to the west approved.
Okay.
Cleared for takeoff runway 21.
vastly different weather from when we arrived.
Cleared for takeoff runway 21 Commander 532.
Okay, this is going to be one of those immediate takeoffs. The moment we're on the runway, we are gone. While we are doing that, let's just turn the TCAS on. We're good to go. And we can go landing lights on. We can get rid of that. And then there are some cowboy pilots out there that do this. As they're turning on, they start applying the full throttle, basically getting the plane onto two wheels. Rotation at 130 knots. Easy does it. Nice and easy. Rotate. Okay, wheels are off the ground. Gear up. We're going to be approaching that first waypoint quite soon.
Commander 532, continue for west departure.
Off we go. And continue for...
Commander 532, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved.
Roswell Tower Commander 532 frequency change.
Okay, let's start bringing them flaps up. Get rid of ATC, thank you. Our foot per minute is ridiculous. We were going at 4,000 feet per minute there. But that's what this little aircraft can do. We are in the air. So let's have a look. We're still approaching the Kusel waypoint. There we go. Beautiful. Still on manual control here. I haven't gone to autopilot yet. We can go auto throttle on. And we can go to LNAV. And command can go on. Right, so the plane is now in control. She's doing the turning, but what we need to do is go to vertical speed. Alright, now she is climbing to 1,800. And we're out in the New Mexico desert. No, it's not desert. Not really. Not in the strictest sense. Okay, so we've done the Kusel turn, and now it's straight on, second star to the right, and straight on till morning. Passing through 8,500. We still got 1 degree of flap. Let's bring that all the way up. Wheels, or the gear has finished traveling. We can go to the lock position. 9,400, we can go ahead and turn the landing lights off. What else are we missing? Everything else seems to be under control. It's barren looking out there. Okay, passing 10,000. We're at 250 knots. Let's then increase speed to 330. And we're going to climb all the way up to 36,000 feet. Flight level 360. All right. I would say that was a fairly uneventful, smooth, calm, problem-free departure. And our plane followed the planned route almost to the T. And off she goes. Top of climb is only in 105 nautical miles time. Yep, we're going to go really high this time. Well, not really high, but quite high for us. We will now go to that sector of the video, the cruise.
Deserts and streams.
welcome back. It is time to descend. The fuel light is on as per usual. We'll just turn that off, go upstairs and flip the center tanks off because the center tanks are empty, but we've still got fuel in the wings. So let's begin that descent. We're going to initially descend down to 3,000. In fact, make that 4,000 feet. Let's begin the descent. Vertical speed. Let's just slide over to the right. And we'll start descending at 1,800. And we'll start slowing the aircraft down. We'll just go to 0.66. I'm having a look. We do have a nasty headwind. Look at that. 72 knot headwind in the sky. And let's have a look outside. Don't want to descend too quickly. We've got some mountainous area around here, but this should be... You can see the mountains over there on the little nav map. And we're going to miss them quite easily, descending down to sea level. Going through 34,000. Okay, everything looks hunky-dory. So as we make our descent, let's have a quick talk about the other airliners out there. The 737, what more do we need to say about this aircraft? It is my favorite. Look at how sexy this bird is. Oh, the PMDG version is stunning, and we'll continue to fly this aircraft for a while. That's all we really need to say about the 737. We're using the 600 now. Maybe in the future we'll possess the PMDG 700, the 800, but for vast expense, so you guys must please buy me some coffees so we can make this happen. But now let's look at the Airbus equivalent of the 737, and that is the A320neo. The default aircraft came with Flight Simulator. It is quite popular with the flight simmers out there. I personally don't like this aircraft. It looks ugly. Compare the nose of the A320 to the 737. Look at that. There's a clear winner, which is the better looking. So the chances of us flying the A320, 0. Next on the list, we've got the 767. I've been on this aircraft in real life. We flew from Cape Town to Atlanta. It's a decent aircraft. There's nothing really special about it. Chances of us flying this aircraft in the future, we're going to put it at 20%. Next we have on the list the 777. This is my favorite Boeing aircraft after the 737. And when PMDG release their version of the 737, I'm going to have to call the bank because I'm buying it and we will be flying it. So let's give the 777 a 100% chance. That brings us on to the 787. The 787 Dreamliner is just a weird looking aircraft for me. When this thing is in flight, the wings are way too flexed, way too high. It just doesn't look right to me. There's something about this aircraft, and look at that nose and look at the window, it just doesn't look right. Chances of us flying this in the future, 20%. What I would like to check is that our descent rate is acceptable. I did stop the altitude at... Okay, let's go to 3.5. In fact, let's go all the way to 3. Remember, we want to begin our ILS approach at around 2,500 feet above the ground. We're looking good. The engines are practically idling. Well, not really. We're at 51. Indicated airspeed down to 255. See, we can bring this down. Okay, so I want to have a look at, we're going to have to zoom out on this little gizmo up here. And of course we're looking for our green banana. And there is our green banana there. So you can see that we will reach 3,000 feet well before LAX, which is fine, that's just right. Because it's only another 500 feet, we'd have to drop to lock onto the localizer and the glide slope. We got some scenery coming up here. And a town down there. Let's have a look at little nav map. See what town that is. Palm Springs. Hello, Palm Springs. And I sidle to the left a bit more. See an airfield down there. Waiting for the flight sim to catch up to us. And some mountains. But business at hand. We are now 96 nautical miles out. Let's have a look, see over here. Now we are lots of airports in the area, and here is LAX. Okay, we've got 4 runways, 8 runway designations, so this is just like where is it? Orlando. I am expecting runway 25 right. We are hoping for runway 25 right. Well, not hoping, but I'm expecting. We're expecting 25 right. So let's just get these details. It is 251 magnetic. That is runway 25 right. And the ILS code is, or ILS frequency is 111.10. So I'd like to get in touch with them as soon as we can, so we can verify, and then we can start planning our approach into the computer. What parking they're going to assign us. Look at this airport. This is, well, it's LAX. They're going to assign us a parking, and we're going to have to get this thing out and find it. Meanwhile, there'll be Americans and Deltas and what else? Southwests behind us. This airfield is quite fascinating. Right next to the main one. What airport is this? Jack Northrop Field. Okay. Dare I attempt to make contact? So the tower is frequency 119.800. Let's see. But we are 82 nautical miles out still, so we might be a bit far out to make contact still. We'll have to wait until we get a little closer. Let's move back onto the Airbus range of aircraft. Now, I am a bit of a Boeing loyalist, and I don't hate all Airbuses. Next on our list is the A330. I think this is a fine looking aircraft. And if I can find an A330, a decent one to download, I think there's a 70% chance that we'll be flying an A330 in future. especially the Air France variety I remember seeing. It looked beautiful. So let's leave it at 70% for the A330. Next on the Airbus list, we've got the A350. Another one that I just don't like the look of. It looks weird, especially the head-on look. The windows look different. It's got that similar look almost to the Dreamliner. It looks ugly to me. And I lose some many of my thousands of subscribers, I'm sure, for these comments. But yeah, there it is there. Chance of flying the A350 in the future, we're going to leave it at a big fat 0%. Next on our list, the A340. Now the A340 is a funny one because you could say the A340 is the Airbus version of the 747 until the A380 came along. A340, my own local carrier, the South African Airways, bought a whole bunch of these. Incidentally, it's the same livery that we're flying with now. I don't think there's anything special about this aircraft. It looks too long and elongated for my liking. Chances of us flying this, 20%. Next on our list is the Jumbo, the 747. Now look, all of us that were interested in aviation, when we were young, the 747 was the ultimate. And indeed, when flight sims first came out, especially, not first came out, let's say I think Flight Sim 98, I was flying 747s all over the place. It is the queen of the skies. But these days, just like in real life, 747s have lost their spark for me. They've lost their fancy. But there's a good chance that we will fly one on one of our legs in the future. I'm going to put this at 33% chance of flying one in the future. Next, we've got Airbus's version, their 747, their super jumbo jet, the A380. The chances of us flying this monster in the future, 10%. It's just a huge aircraft. It actually looks really nice from the front, from the side. It looks fat and ugly. There it is. Those are my opinions of some of those other airliners out there. Okay, so I'm now going to slow down a little more. We're at 240. Let's take it down to 230. Our speed is sitting at 266 at the moment. So what I would like to do is shallow the dive slightly, not dive, must not use that term, to 1,500, but we are going to take this down the altitude to 26. That will affect the green banana slightly. And let's see if we can contact the tower. So we're going to go down here and we are going to put in, what was it? 119.8. So it's better to flip it, and that'll be closer to 119, and then we can just go up on this side. There we go. And tuned. Right, let's bring up the ATC and see what it does. Okay, well, Los Angeles Center. March approach. March approach? We'll have to go here. Okay, now to scroll through all of this, give me a second.
5 minutes later.
There it is, finally. LAX. Oh, 120, it's a different frequency. Interesting. Full stop landing, please.
Los Angeles Tower Commander 532 is 39 miles east, 6,500 feet with Gulf to land.
Right, here we go.
Commander 532, Los Angeles Tower. Altimeter tree 0, decimal
Runway
07,
25
wind
right.
calm
It's
flight
as we
tree,
expected.
runway 25 right.
So, let's have a look-see. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Fly straight in runway 25 right, Commander 532.
Okay. Some haze over that, what do they call it? The Bay Area. Okay, 25 right. So we want to, we're gonna fly to Shell. S-H-E-L-L, and we'll, no, not, yes, S-H-E-L-L, then we'll fly straight in from there. Yes. Or should we try rather Kirkso? No, Shell is good. We'll do Shell. Okay. The mountains are getting quite close. So, down here, let's go to legs. We're going to put in S-H-E-L-L. And we're going to put that in here. Which one they say? Northwest, northeast, northeast. Both of them are very close by. I think it's this one here. No, wait, it's obviously it's west. This is the only one it can be. We're in the western hemisphere, so it must be that one. We know it's that one because it's only 17 nautical miles away. Right, execute.
2500.
Alright, 2500. Okay, so we are diverting. Okay, let's slow this aircraft down a bit more. Slow down to 180, please. And let's... There we go. Alright, everything's okay.
2500.
It's fine, everything's fine. Okie dokie. Alright. Okay, so we need to put in the ILS frequency, which is 1110. Let's put that in
Los
also.
Angeles Tower, SkyWest 879er, 13 miles, east inbound.
111.10. Put that there and tune.
SkyWest 879er, Los Angeles Tower. Altimeter tree
Whoops.
0, decimal 05, wind calm, cleared ILS runway 25 left approach.
We're on 25 right, so there's going to be a plane just to our left.
Cleared ILS runway 25 left approach, SkyWest 879er.
Okay, right, everything's okay, so we've tuned that in. We also want to tune in the runway direction, 251 on the course. That's that side, and let's put it in this side. Okay. Slowing down quite nicely. Let's turn on the landing lights. There's our first skyscraper, our Los Angeles skyscraper. I can see some flashing lights up ahead. I think that is the airfield. 2,500. Let's just go down a couple of... yeah, we're pretty much there. Okay, press B. We want to set the altimeter. Okay, we're at 180. We are now going to go to... We're still quite far out. Let's have a look at the little nav map. At that point there, that's when we want to get into Shell, and then from Shell it's straight in. We are going to go to approach. Alright, so we have the localizer active. Getting close to shell. It starts slowing down some more. On 69 will do the trick. And we're going to start adding some flap. Flap 1. And flaps 2. And now we're going to go to approach. Okay, there's our left turn, which would be a slight left turn. Okay. Approach is active.
SkyWest 879er, follow the aircraft on final.
That's us.
Wind 305 at tree. Cleared to land runway 25 left.
But we're on 25 right. Interesting.
Cleared to land runway 25 left, SkyWest 879er.
Okay, hello Los Angeles. Hollywood sign? Not yet. Let's get them wheels down. There is our runway over there in the distance. Okay, wheels down and locked. We have the localizer.
Commander 532, wind calm, caution, the twin jet landing runway 25 left.
Okay.
Cleared to land runway 25 right.
Okay. Thanks, bub. Caution the jet on our left, landing on
Cleared to land
runway 25
right,
left.
Commander 532.
Okay, we all need to have our game faces. Okay, let's get more flap. And let's lose some more speed. More flap. And let's lose more speed. Let's go down to approach speed of 140. Okay, let's click the other command on, and that should be holding. We're practically going to do an auto land right up to the last minute. I think what we'll do is let her touch down on the runway and see if she can do it herself. We've got a tailwind still, which is very unusual. Okay, now the ATC is telling aircraft to go around. I hope that's not the case with us. Let's go more flap.
SkyWest 879er.
Our glide slope is spot on.
SkyWest 879er.
Our
Contact Los Angeles
localizer
Center
is
132
spot on.
decimal 85. Good day.
We're looking good. Let's put on a show. Let's show the locals how we land an aircraft.
Decimal 85, SkyWest 879er.
Okay, let's go to full flap. What are... Okay, we got 2 whites, 2 reds. Looking great. At the last minute, we're going to deactivate the ATC. All hands. Brace for a smooth landing. Okay, we've got 1 white, 3 reds.
400.
Let's take this down to 130.
300.
And less. And at the last moment, this auto throttle is going to go off.
200. 100. 50.
Okay,
40. 30.
auto throttle off.
20.
Throttle back.
10.
There we go, and there we go, and we can go reverse thrust.
Commander 532 exit runway when able.
And speed brakes down, and flaps all the way up. That's how we do it. Okay, well, it is Los Angeles, so lots of details, so things are going to get a little bit jerky. We're going to have to turn down...
Contact ground on 121.75.
Oh, we're going to have to turn down the graphic settings for these parts of the US. Okay, let's go back to ATC and say handoff.
Going to
Ground.
121.75, Commander 532.
I would like to taxi to gates, please.
Los Angeles Airport information, Quebec.
Oh, no.
1900 Zulu. Wind 238 at 5.
3, taxi to gates, please.
Los Angeles Ground Commander 532, taxi to the gate.
I think we can go ahead and put the APU on.
Taxi to gate Echo 6 using taxiway Bravo Charlie 10 Charlie Charlie 12.
Okay, here we go. Echo 6, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, okay. Echo 6. Oh my word. So, how long is this going to take us?
Commander 532, please acknowledge.
Ooh, please acknowledge. Now they're getting... Here we go. Yep.
Taxiing to gate Echo 6 via taxiway Bravo Charlie 10 Charlie Charlie 12, Commander 532.
Okay. That is our clue. Bravo, Charlie 10 and Charlie. So we're on Bravo now, and we want Charlie.
Los Angeles ground Cessna November 670 Sierra requesting
Oh my
playback.
goodness gracious me.
Cessna
I'm gonna have to get
November
back to you guys on this.
670 Sierra pushback.
5 minutes later.
Okay,
Los Angeles
I have
ground
found
Cessna
Echo
November
6.
670
It's this one
Sierra
here. So we're
requesting
going to be
playback.
taxiing. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that.
Cessna November 670
We are gonna
Sierra
go
request
on
and
to.
pushback received.
We're gonna go on to. The APU is now on, so we're gonna go over to APU
Los
power.
Angeles ground Cessna November 670
All right.
Sierra
Let's-
with golf request taxi for takeoff departure to the north.
Let's start this taxi.
Cessna November 670
It's a fairly long
Sierra
taxi, so we'll speed
to
this
and hold
a little
short
bit up.
runway 25 right.
Okay, here is our gate coming up on the right. They're not giving us a jetway. Oh well.
Los Angeles ground, SkyWest 4905.
This is our parking.
SkyWest 4905 taxi to general aviation parking.
Oof,
using
we are
taxiway
jerky
Whiskey
today.
Echo
My
Delta 10
goodness.
Delta.
I do apologize for this.
Roger, India Tree 7. India Tree 7, hold position. Caution the departing Cessna Caravan.
Okay, well that was a much better landing than the last one.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Whiskey Echo Delta 10. Delta
And
Skywest
here we are
4905.
at Los Angeles.
Hold position India Tree 7.
Okay,
Los Angeles ground Delta Tree 54.
this guy wants us to go
Requesting pushback.
just a touch more. There we
Delta
go.
Tree 54 pushback request accepted.
There it is. We can put on the brake. We have
Los Angeles ground Boeing.
arrived
November
safely,
89er
except for a
21
broken
Alpha,
parking
requesting
brake
the
by
end
the looks of
pushback.
it. There we go.
Boeing November
And we can
89er
shut
21
down
Alpha
the
request
engines.
and pushback received.
And we can go down here. We can go to our menu. We can go to FS Actions. Doors, open the door, return.
Los Angeles
And,
ground Boeing November 89er 21 Alpha with Golf.
It's
ready
not going to
taxi
be a
IFR.
jetway. Next page. It's
Boeing
next
November
page.
89er 21 Alpha
Stairs,
taxi
please.
to and hold short of runway 25
No.
right using taxiway
Stairs.
Charlie 10
Oh, we need to put the
Charlie
chocks on.
Charlie 1 Bravo Bravo 1.
While
Contact tower
we...
on 119er,
See, now this,
Decibel 8
what
when
gets me
ready.
every time. Engine inhibit, it means the engines are still spooling down, so they won't want to bring the air stairs. But there it is, we can request it. Door is open. We got a
Taxiing hold
Qatar
short runway, 25
aircraft next to
right
us.
via taxiway Charlie 10
I didn't see that on the way in.
Bravo Bravo 1 Boeing
And
21
here
Alpha.
comes the stairs. Welcome to Los
India Tree
Angeles.
7,
Hollywood.
taxi.
They couldn't have said it better over there. America! Up
Boeing
there.
21 Alpha hold position. Caution other traffic.
So, when we landed last time, if you... Oh, look at that shadow going across the apron. What I did was... The engines are off. We're now on APU power. But I'm now going to turn the APU off. And I'm going to turn the battery off. But you can still hear the radio. It's because the emergency power we need to turn off. Whoops. And...
Hold position, Boeing 21 Alpha.
well, somehow the radio is still
Boeing
working.
21 Alpha, continue taxi.
That's a bit strange. But, yes, there we are. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for watching. And join us for the next flight. We are flying to Las Vegas.